Any trip to Patagonia or anywhere in the mountains is going to require you to prepare for a wide variety of situations in terms of weather, conditions, water conditions, all of that. So Patagonia is no exception. We'll start at the top and work our way down. A hat is important for any fishing trip. I generally like to go with something, natural colors, somewhat dark. You don't want to be alerting fish to your presence with a bright orange hat. Sunglasses, also important for any trip. I like to always travel with 2 pairs. These are my all-around kind of go-to most scenarios. I'm going to be okay with these. Polarized lenses, of course. And then I also bring a low-light pair of lenses. Usually they're yellow tinted, and that's going to help out either in early mornings, late evenings, or if you get rain or cloudy, overcast weather. I do recommend a backup in case you break your primary set as well. All right, so on top, you're going to want to utilize layers. This is important in situations where you might run into changing weather. It could be cold in the morning and then hot by midday. So having multiple layers on is going to allow you to change as the weather changes. For a base layer on top, I like to go with a sun hoodie. Something like this, lightweight, synthetic, something that's going to move moisture or sweat off your body, but that's also going to be light and comfortable and keep you, out of the sun as well when it does get hot. On top of the sun hoodie, I then like to have a more insulated layer, and that's going to be something like a puffy jacket. It could be down, it could be synthetic down, anything that's going to add some warmth to the equation, just in case you run into some cold wind or some rain. This is a very important layer that you'll find yourself wearing a lot more than you thought, even though it's the middle of the summer down there. Lastly, on top, you're going to want to have something waterproof. So a wading jacket like this fits over everything, and it'll keep you dry. You're basically bulletproof when you have this thing on. A very important piece of gear for any trip to Patagonia. It also does a great job at cutting the wind. So on those cold, windy days, once you put this on, you're just, you're going to be very comfortable and able to focus on the fishing, not trying to get comfortable. Then moving to the lower end, I'll start on the base layer as well. Again, you can run into a variety of situations and weather. So I like to bring one thin pant like this, and that can also be used for wet wading if you don't need to use your waders. And then I also like to bring something, fleece lined, again, synthetic, so you don't want cotton to get weighed down and wet, but something that's going to offer some warmth in case you do have some colder weather. On top of those layers, you then want a quality pair of waders. Something breathable, something that's relatively new. You don't want to show up with leaky waders or old neoprene waders. Those are just not going to get the job done. You want something comfortable that fits you well and that you have confidence in and you're going to stay dry.